Oh my gosh. Welcome to the news, guys. It's Friday. That means we got news. You ready?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. All right, what's the news going to be? Or news? What's the weather going to be?
The news is going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, the weather is our beautiful Florida is at 78 right now. And nice, right? And the high is going to be 80s. We're going to have another hurricane coming soon.
Well, it's all the way
right.
We got
it's
months
the season.
Yeah, it's
so
season.
It's going to be great.
Yeah. Good morning from San Diego. 63, partly cloudy with a high of 83.
Yeah.
And probably beautiful as always. Morning, guys. 72 in North Carolina with a high of 88. You can see the temperatures are starting to dip just a
little bit.
New Hampshire checking in at 70 right now, topping out at 85 before the thunderstorm starts rolling at 2 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be walking out the door about that time. Buenos dias, senors.
Buenos dias.
Good morning, gentlemen. 72 and sunny in Alabama. Good morning from Springfield, Massachusetts. 73 with a high of 80. Scattered showers. Ooh,
very
nice. A little weather up that way. 68 partly cloudy. 86% humidity. High of 83 and thunderstorms this afternoon in East Tennessee.
Very nice.
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Cloudy. High 68 in Detroit.
Very nice.
Detroit. Good times. Good morning. 69 and sunny here in Vermont. Just doesn't go with the way it starts out, but I get it totally. Good morning from Chile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 49 in the mountains. I mean, that sounds like a lot of fun. I could do some 49 right about now. Orlando checking in at 88. Of course, that's where I'll be. Good morning from Woodland.
Cali.
Yeah. CA. Could be Canadian. I know. Well, hey guys, we have news for you, although it's kind of strange. Like, it was one of those slow news weeks. There wasn't a lot of good stuff. But regardless of that, our good friends at CE Outlook keep the lights on for this show at least, and hopefully herself. We have some stories for you that we've robbed from CE Outlook. There are, of course, other stories, but, whatever. But if you'd like to dig deeper into the stories we're about to give you, then by all means, head over to CE Outlook and check them out. Links are in the description, as always. She published an article about the top stories.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I think all of them were our stories.
Well, I mean, technically.
Yeah. It's like, okay. Good morning, Stan. How are you? Oh, we already got that one. Still twice. There we go. Marty. It was like a premonition.
Yeah.
Marty Dean checking in. What's up, buddy? You're heading over to Orlando. Can you bring me some Moscone? No, I'm not headed that way. No, not gonna happen. And then our friendly update for Big Jeff is there you go, man. For those of you keeping score at home, you're now up to date. Morning from North Carolina. All right, so I love these stories because they're just so silly. And I'm going to start with this one here, which I know you're going to love. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. New state law on boom cars. Are these cars exploding? I mean, what the hell? So
the ears are exploding for these people.
Their ears are definitely exploding. I like this right here. It says, it's no secret that boom car parties have negatively affected the quality of life in towns up and down the Delaware River for years.
Wrong.
What in the hell do these guys got going on? And who comes up with the term boom cars other than some old prick in the picture right there?
Dumb people.
I mean,
like, listen, I don't understand. Like, these guys.
I think it's fun. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Oh my gosh.
We have laws here. They're called noise ordinance against loudness, whether it be in a car or a house or a venue. You can be driving down the road and a cop can pull you over for having a vehicle that exceeds the loudness.
The limit.
But to call it boom cars, when we all know these cars have no boom. We know they have no boom. They're not boom cars. They're loud cars. They're just, sound by the pound. It's just,
No, but they specifically refer to bass.
Which is funny.
They say,
these cars have no bass.
Correct. They say that you can hear the bass coming from,
I'm kind of with Ron on this one.
I
don't know if we have any Delaware listeners, but if we do, please comment and let us know what else you do on a Friday night in Delaware. Other than try to make it across the Hudson in a rowboat.
I'm just gonna borrow his gun from Ron.
Yeah. But hey, I get it.
No, I don't get it. I don't, because make a good statement at least.
Oh no!
Now,
this
50
right
feet.
Here. It must be disturbing the fish.
Okay. Yeah. Hey.
That's a better reason.
Put that one in there.
Yeah. It's disturbing the migration patterns of some weird fish, because of the lights and the crazy music and the boom, chicka boom, chicka boom.
Now,
boom.
Motorcycles are everywhere, right?
Oh yeah, but
what
we can
about
have
motorcycles?
The loudest motorcycles in the world.
They're not disturbing.
Oh yeah, there you go. Speaking of motorcycles, when they outlawed ape hangers, thinking that would get rid of motorcycle gangs. And then we made TV shows about motorcycles.
What about big A-cylinder exhaust?
It was like some of the best TV ever made for reality back in the day. But damn Harley Davidson can be obnoxious as it wants. Well, yeah, but they're not hanging out in a parking lot partying. They're not all just sitting there going,
dude, you hear them over here passing by.
Yeah, but they pass by my house so fast, it's like it doesn't even matter.
You hear them. You're like, oh yeah, I know that song.
Calgary checking in at cold.
So anyway, I think it's dumb.
Listen. I'm all for common courtesy. Okay, and I think that's the problem. Sometimes they come out with these laws because people are just not. People's rights to live their life affect the rights of everyone else around them. I don't know the happy balance for that. You know what I mean? I just feel like sometimes common sense and good practices will be good. But if they're partying at the harbor, for frick's sake, who are they bothering? Who lives at the harbor? Every movie you see, the harbor looks like shit. It's like that's where you bury the dead guys. We found a dead guy down by the harbor. What? Let him party at the harbor. You got water to one side and you got dilapidated buildings to the other. Make it a park. Hey, here's your boom park. I think that makes more sense. But then the gangs will move in. It's always the gangs. The gangs are coming.
I'm sorry, because we don't have gangs in there.
Well, yeah, but see, the common sense laws aren't really common sense anymore.
I think we need more common sense people.
Definitely none of our
actually in offices. Yeah.
Feelings should never be law enforced. Yeah, but this isn't really feelings per se.
At this point, I would put like add as comment. Don't tell me what to do.
All right, here we go. My house backs up to a highway, and the Jake brakes are much louder.
Yes,
there we go.
Than any stereo going by.
Yeah, and those are the air brakes on trucks for those of us. And I agree. Those things will make you wet your pants when you're driving.
Be careful, man. You're gonna get a fine.
Yeah,
for $200 or $500.
I don't know. Too much bass in the lake. Boom affects climate change. Christian, it's probably the smartest thing you've said ever. Just ever. Because something's got to be affecting climate change. I think New Jersey may have tapped into something. Boom cars are causing the boom car parties. I got to be honest with you. I kind of feel like I want to go to a boom car party. I feel like in my head, I picture it as that scene from Fast and Furious, where even the last Fast and Furious had the little car party. Yeah. I figure that as like a boom car party, but with stunt walls everywhere. And instead of the guys like leaning up against their cars, they're holding their 6-pack of Clarion EQs.
I mean, we
massive
went and
EQs
sold them.
You know, and they're just like, you know, the one guy's got his hat low and he's holding his baby, but it's not a baby, it's all EQs. And he's over there like just tweaking the dials like he's a DJ.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel that's what those guys do. They're always like touching the dials like shit's changed. You know, it's like, oh, I want to, yeah, exactly. And, you know, and the one girl's sitting there going, oh, Poppy, you're so beautiful. You know, she's not. And, you know, but it's instead of like cool clothes, they're all wearing like basketball shorts, shiny basketball shorts, and tank tops and baseball. And they have big gold ropes. And all
dirty because like all the.
And there's big gold cups, cups everywhere.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I hate to stereotype. I feel like I'm stereotyping.
Yeah, you're totally stereotyping people.
I feel it is high time we sponsor a boom party. I mean, I feel like when we're coming across the causeway on the weekends, there's always stunt walls parked all across the causeway, and you could be going 60 miles an hour past that, and you're still like, wow, that was.
I mean, if you go to the Gandhi Boulevard, you can hear them.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure. There's no reason why you can't. But I mean, there again, we have noise ordinance here, and everyone made a fuss about it for about 2 minutes, and then that was it.
What I would do from the guys over there, I would, put together a group and go to the senator's house and put them outside, just blast them.
Yeah, I feel like this is pretty common practice. Everyone, I mean, here's the reality, man. Kids have always wanted a place to go. Right? And by say kids, I mean anyone 25 and younger, and even 30-year-olds. They've always wanted a place to go. Cars are part of life. The more we take cars out of our lives, personally, I think the people that should be backing this shit is car manufacturers. Car manufacturers be going over going, no, man, if these guys want to party in the parking lot,
let them party.
Pass laws that allow them to party, but be, like they can party until 11:30, on the weekends.
Yeah.
Like, because the more we take cars out of our life, like, the less cars are in them, meaning we're not going to, cars are, people don't like to drive anymore. So it's like, let the guys that want to drive have their fun.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the first noise ordinance ticket I got was leaving Clearwater Beach. And the guy in front of me that got pulled over just had a convertible with factory system. He was just playing it loud. I, of course, had bass. I got pulled over. I was excited. I was like, hell yeah, give me the ticket, bitch. I had it framed on the wall for a long time. I was pretty excited about it. But, I mean, these guys want to slap them with hundreds of dollars in fines. I mean, for having a good time, like, and for what? I mean, they're not out, like, killing people. They're not, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like old crotchety politicians like this and the ones that we have currently just, like, they just forget what it's like to be young and have fun, Yeah. And we, like we were talking about yesterday, the people that they're making laws for are the wrong people. They're making people for the uptight people that vote. If everyone would just vote, then they wouldn't know what to do because they'd be like, oh, shit, this is pissing off the young people. Oh, well, young people don't vote, so who cares?
Yeah.
If young people voted, this wouldn't be an issue, because young people would be like, you know what? We're going to get this guy out of office. See, guys, that's why voting is important. Now you know. Moving on.
This is an election commercial?
It's just one of those things where it's reasons like this shit happen. I mean, at the core of this, the mistake is young people don't vote. If young people voted, this old turd wouldn't be able to pass this law because he'd be afraid of what the young people would do to his career. That's the problem. That's where the flaw is. All right, moving on. Hey, Pioneer enforces MAP. For those of you that don't know what MAP is, it's not a thing that they sing in Dora the Explorer.
Really?
I know.
I only thought Marvel was that.
Here comes the map.
The
map.
So,
I mean, kids right now are going, damn it, now that song's going to be stuck in my head for the next hour. But anyways, MAP stands for Minimum Advertised Price, if you've ever wondered. And the minimum advertised price is something that most manufacturers try to enforce. It's against the law. It's against the law for a manufacturer to tell a retailer what he has to sell something for. You could buy something for $500 and sell it for 2 cents. There's nothing the manufacturer can do legally against you. Now, if they want to cancel you as a dealer, they can totally do that because you went against what they recommend.
Right.
When you become a dealer, you sign a policy that says, hey, I will practice fair trade policies, which are that I will sell things for what you recommend. There's a whole bunch of lawyers speak in it. That's really cool. But at the end of the day, if they say that something needs to sell for $2.99, you should be selling it for $2.99. That's why when you go to various places, you should be buying things on the caliber of the place you're buying it from, meaning us, as opposed to some other place. But it's fair trade, meaning we have to be the determining factor. And then there's, of course, people out there that are like, screw that. I just want to deep discount the hell out of this shit. And you're just going to buy it because I'm cheap. And they're over there in their boxer shorts selling shit online or whatever the hell is happening. What that does is that just degrades the value of the product for everyone involved. You know, if I hand you a $20 bill today and you're like, dude, I got a $20 bill. And then I start giving away $20 bills and now the $20 bill is worth $5.
Give me all of them.
I know, but I'm just saying it kind of, when you degrade the value of something,
for sure.
It's no fun. So MAP pricing policies are put in place in order to try to keep the table fair so that, if you want to buy it from us, if you want to buy it from Amazon, if you want to buy it from Best Buy, you're buying it on the merits of whatever your life is. You're not close to us, therefore you may want to buy it from Best Buy.
Right.
If you don't like Best Buy, you might want to buy it from Amazon because they'll deliver it to your house. But regardless of that, everyone has a fair opportunity to sell it. Now, if there's one guy out there selling it for $150, well, he's screwing it up for everybody. And in many ways, it gets very deep here because, he's stealing from everyone. And he's also making the value of Pioneer products diminished because no longer is that product worth $300. Now it's only worth $150.
And that's the reason why they went and start to clean up all their,
So, regardless of whether this is a story about Pioneer, which you so eloquently put out, I understand that. But this is more of like anything else. Some of these news stories come out, and they're kind of weak news stories, and we kind of elaborate on them and have insightful stuff every now and then. And that's what this is. Now, when it comes to Pioneer, yes, I feel the same way you do. They've kind of degraded the value of most of the stuff just by coming out with products that are cheap and not cheaply priced, I should say, and some of them cheaply made. And just trying to be the low price leader in every category. I don't know why they keep doing this because it hasn't worked in the past for them ever, but yet they still keep doing it. And that's a big guy, by the way. He scared the shit out of me once we called him. He's like, bro. And I was like, dude, back down, man. Personal space.
Well, you don't like Pioneer.
Oh, yeah. I was like, all right, easy, man. Calm down. And have an energy drink. But yeah, I think it's great that manufacturers do this. They need to. When you look at online retailers, for example, like we'll just pull JP out of the books. He has a product that he sells at a specific price. Every now and then he will discount it, which is fine. But he controls the price of that product, which is what you want as a manufacturer. As the conventional sales go, like as Rockford Fosgate, we buy from Rockford Fosgate. They give us a minimum advertised price. We try to sell it for that. And that's how we keep the lights on. That amount of money we make for what we pay for it to what we sell it for, that is profit. And that goes to paying the bills, water, keeping the rent going, putting a little bit of money in our pockets so we can have lunch, and stuff like that. When somebody degrades that, then we no longer make the money we're supposed to, and then it just does us no reason to carry the product. Like if we can't make
the value, right? The value of the product is goes to the window.
Correct.
So,
and now that's not. And there again, this is about MAP pricing. Now, if you're a manufacturer and you sell something for $199 and everyone else is selling it for $299, that's your prerogative to do that. And then the consumer just has to figure out whether the value is there for that extra $100 or not. And that's brand centric. And you have plenty of brands out there that make sub-priced products and they don't do so well. And but yeah, so that's why this exists. I don't think there's much to the story other than Pioneer decided that they should wake up again and start looking at their partners' business practices, which is really what it is. Because there again, your partner can be your friend or it can destroy your brand. And in this case, some of their partners were really degrading their brand. And I think it's important to pay attention to that.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like we talk about like, oh, people should sell this stuff online. It's like what most people don't understand is we went through all this crap at the beginning of eBay. Like eBay was, if some of you guys are old enough to remember, everything on eBay was cost plus $30 for shipping. And the profit was the $30 for shipping. So if you sell 100 boxes, you make money there, but you weren't making any money on the product. And we talked to several manufacturers back then because we were just getting hammered on this. And they were like, dude, I don't know what you're complaining about. Our sales are up 20%. And it's like, yeah, but it's not coming through conventional sales. And what happened is once you lose your in-face cheerleader, meaning your conventional retailer or the guy that can talk to the consumer, once you lose that guy, your brand automatically starts to go under. And some manufacturers started to feel that crunch in the 2000s where it was like, how come nobody's selling our brand anymore? It's because I can't make any money on it. I still have to make money. The whole purpose of owning a business is to make money so that you can have a life. It's a job. That's what it always is.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hold on to this one. Yeah. I don't know. You want to take that one? Just move on.
What?
This is Nando. Why you don't like Pioneer? That made me spit a little bit of my coffee.
Well, that's what I said. The guy said, "Why you don't like Pioneer?"
I did. Yeah. He was. Yeah, but I got my reasons.
I used to love Pioneer a lot.
Yeah. Hey, it's a brand. It's out there. They've had their ups and downs. We don't need to get into that. Yeah. But what we will get into is this. Why is 12 volt stuck in the 80s? What we're talking about is interconnects. And I'm sure a lot of you guys out there have some strong feelings on this. I know we do. And basically the thought is like, the article is cool. The article starts out and it's like, if you were Marty McFly and you were today, 2023, and you go 30 years in the past, okay, what's really the difference in the way we connect car audio today? And it's like,
I'm going to be 30 years
younger,
which would be still nice. Broke, but 30 years younger. Yeah.
Yeah. But look at we're still RCAs. The difference would be is that there were options back then, meaning like Kenwood's radios used to all have digital out back then.
Yeah, but nobody understands.
Well, there was nothing to plug it into.
There you go.
There was nothing. It's not like they made amplifiers to plug it into.
And the DSPs and
there
all
were no
stuff.
DSPs 30 years ago.
So all this
there were, but there was only like a handful, and it didn't really matter.
All this technology was way earlier.
Yes.
That we can have, the other pieces together.
Well, there was stuff long before AINet, but AINet there again was just a communication bus. It really didn't get too cool. Like it would, you could do like AI between the radio, the EQ, the CD changer, and then a couple other, but it wouldn't go off to the amplifiers. They used to have the dedicated plugs that would go between, like if you've ever seen like an old Orion or something like that. My name escapes me, but that was a really nice connector. It was like 9 volts of signal between source to source. So, there was very little floor noise, and it was really quite nice. But yes, at the end of the day, the industry standard turned into RCA because we all remember the 90s in the early 80s or the late 80s, early 90s. And it was just a nightmare of everyone coming out with their own cables and nobody liked that. So our industry never changed. Now the Marine has their connectors that they've adopted, but for some reason we can't do that in car audio. And I think the reason is car manufacturers. Because like the Marine Audio Company, they don't build electronics per se. They have other manufacturers do that. So like, when you bring in Garmin to build you an OE system or one of these others, there are standards in which they all stick to so that they can add pieces into them because they understand that owning a boat is the joy of spending money. Okay.
And
so these boat companies like a Marine Max or stuff like that, if I buy a boat today, I can come back tomorrow and have you do an electronics upgrade on that. That's awesome. And so we have all this cool interfacing that we can do. Car audio manufacturers over there, like it's the wild, wild west. And it's like, no, we're not going to do this. I don't give a shit what that guy's doing over there. You stay off my yard, you young whippersnapper, and so as an industry that is piggybacking on an industry that really doesn't want them, we got stuck with RCA.
Yeah, but I feel like RCA's is serving the purpose. It's fine.
Well, that's why it's stayed around so long. But
No,
there are much better
the
things. that you
article
can do.
says, why not going with the home audio? The home audio actually did something. Really? We're complaining about $150 RCA, and now you're gonna pay, $10,000 for an RCA?
Well, and that's the other side of it.
So-
the car audio guy is a lot cheaper than the home audio guy,
So we
and is also
cannot
a lot
compare
cheaper
that.
than the Marine. Right, but you also have to understand the guy writing the article really doesn't think outside of the box per se when he's like saying this. More or less, he's saying though that if we would have adopted a different technology, it would be cheaper by now. Okay, so a Toslink cable is not that expensive. Okay,
No.
but the reliability of it in the 12-volt world is not the same as a home. So,
Right.
We're going to have a more expensive cable. And even HDMI, for God's sakes.
Yeah, but
you could do an HDMI out of a radio into a DSP and bring so much data into it because it's a huge multi-connector unit.
Yeah, but
Okay.
do you remember how much was probably the first DSPs?
Well, what I'm saying is we're not worried
Now
about
they're expensive.
Right, but there's DSPs all across the board.
Right.
But you have a pigtail of 6 RCAs hanging out, and then you have a radio that has RCAs. If you just had a HDMI cable that came out of the back of the radio for not video, for
I agree.
everything, and would plug into it,
Yes.
you would need one cable.
100%.
It would be so much cheaper.
How much money that would be that cable?
It would be cheap. It'd be cheap. No,
Mhm.
you're missing the point. I don't need to put 6 RCAs on the back of a radio
Yeah.
anymore. I don't need to put 6 RCA inputs on the
Yeah.
side of a DSP anymore. Okay, I need one connector. Okay, that HDMI connector is
Yeah.
actually cheaper than those RCA connectors because the RCAs are old technology.
So
that
you
they're still
think
having to
that
manufacture.
that cable would cost $200?
No,
No,
I
exactly.
could buy an HDMI cable right now, a beautiful HDMI cable for $15. I could buy an RCA for $15. I only need one HDMI though. I don't need
$1,000?
6. No, for an HDMI cable?
Yeah,
Why would I need $1,000 HDMI? Do you not have home audio in your house?
yeah.
Did you pay $1,000
But
for an HDMI connector?
how much are the RCAs on home audio?
They're the same as car. It's the same cable. I could buy
Not
a
the same?
$15. Yeah, it's the same thing. I can buy a 50. I have
Okay,
several
yeah, I
RCAs
see
in my
them.
house. Okay. There again.
That's the
you're
reason why we
confused-
have
yes, but you're
a
confusing.
4,000, a 6,000, an
Right,
8,000.
Right, but we know a 4,000 cable is all we need. Okay, there's nothing there's no technology difference between these other than we've thrown more copper into it and some more shielding. That's it. That's the only thing. So, but we know a 4,000 series RCA will do the job. There's no reason I can't go buy a basic HDMI cable, okay, for less than what I'm paying for 6 RCAs. Okay, manufacturing wise, it's cheaper because I don't have to build all these old things. So it's actually cheaper. It's not more expensive. If you want to go buy a $1,000 HDMI cable, you can. Just like you can go buy a $1,000 set of RCAs. I'm not saying you have to. There will be that 1% that will do that. The purpose is I can do HDMI out of my radio into my DSP, okay, for cheaper than I can do it with an RCA right now. All right? That's that.
Yeah.
So...
No, I just feel like,
if you want to spend $1,000 on a cable, go for it. But
that's the reason we have a better
good,
cables.
better, best is fine. But
but
it's okay. You don't have to. We can do it.
Wow, we have to. I mean, all the purpose to make car audio sound great is to have the better technology, better cables.
Right, and RCA is not a better.
So I can put CCA wire in my car and everything is going to be fine.
I don't even know where you're going with this because the point is there's something better than an RCA, and it's actually cheaper. That's the point of this. The point is we're stuck in using shitty RCAs. RCA is like the worst way to get from point A to point B. Okay, it works, sure. But the amount of filtration and all the crap we have to put into it. We could do a simple HDMI from point A to point B and be cleaner. We could have less noise, and it would be cheaper.
Yeah.
I only got to buy one cable, not 6, not 8.
I agree with one cable. I just feel that I don't think it's going to be cheaper.
It will be cheaper. I know it'll be cheaper because they're doing it cheaper in home audio right now. Listen, you can go in home audio and you can buy a $5,000 set of RCAs.
Yeah.
However, you could still buy a $19 set of RCAs.
Yeah.
Okay. And unless
Do you know the quality?
yeah, they're pretty much the same. Other than the guy that paid $5,000 for it feels really good about spending $5,000 on an RCA. Okay, it's all relative. Listen, if you drive a piece of shit car, you're not putting 93 octane in it, are you?
I mean, some people do.
Okay, you're being argumentative for nothing other than being argumentative.
No, but it's just
okay. The HDMI cables that we have
Yes,
all running through
correct,
here.
correct.
I bought all
Why
of
do
them.
you buy the more expensive one? Because we have
I
a
didn't
cheaper
buy.
one.
These are cheap.
No. We buy these ones because we have a cheaper one.
Yeah, but these weren't much more. They just look cooler. These were $1 more. These were $1. They're
Still,
$1 more.
Still more.
It's $1.
You buy the more expensive one because you want a better quality.
Yeah, but I bought the more expensive one because it was $1 more.
It doesn't matter if it is $1. It is
Either
$100
way, my point is okay. If I got a $30 set of RCAs,
Yeah.
okay, and I need 3 of them, that's $60.
Yeah.
An HDMI cable, believe it or not, if I bought a $60 HDMI cable, it's probably better quality than those 3 RCAs. Okay, so that costs the same amount of money. I can get a really good HDMI cable for $60. All right, just like I can go buy some 9000 series, and I can pay $1,000 for 3 RCAs. I could probably go out and spend $1,000 on an HDMI cable.
Correct.
So cost for cost, it's the same. Okay, and the quality difference between them is the same.
Yeah.
Manufacturing wise, when I go from taking up this big real estate with this antiquated 3 RCAs on the back to a simple HDMI, that's going to be cheaper.
Yeah. So we're going to change everything and we're going to make it cheaper for sure.
Well, we're not just going to make it cheaper. We're going to make it better. Okay. It's going to be a better technology. It's going to be less noise. It's going to be less cable. It's going to be able to work better moving forward because we can do more with an HDMI cable than we can do with an RCA. So let's do it. You know,
hey, I mean, I don't know why these manufacturers don't do it for sure.
Because they're thinking basic shit and there's no one pushing the envelope forward.
I think it's more than that.
Oh, it's basically what it is because nobody wants to think outside of the box. Nobody wants to be inventive. Nobody wants to take a chance. It's not political, Lance. I mean, it's just, I mean, let's be honest. You're trying to tell me you wouldn't rather just run an HDMI cable? I know you would. Yeah, it would be awesome. Dean Solution would be the best option for audio.
There you go. See? I think you should talk to some of these manufacturers and tell
gold
them.
plate everything. That was what we did, right? Is that what made it better? Gold plate everything. All right, here we go. Ken, thank you, Ken. Good HDMI 2.0 allows up to 32 channels of audio for $16. There you go. There's your boy.
Okay.
Ken coming in with a pinch. All right, Ken. So now we all have to do is we got to convince these guys that they're doing it wrong. I'm a high level guy. Yeah. So buy the $500 HDMI cable.
Yeah.
But my point is you know who uses HDMI cable right now to just do it and actually pulls it apart and solders ends onto it?
How much?
No, who is the question?
I don't know who.
Brian.
Okay, so look at that. We have HDMIs from like $10 to $125.
Yeah, it's just like an RCA.
So it's the same cable.
All right,
you're saying
we can get the $16 one. You feel better? Yeah.
No.
But we have 32 channels. We have 32 channels now. So the amount of data.
$125.
Right, but the amount of what I'm saying is the amount of data that we can pass from one point to the other.
So we talk about high-res music, right?
Yeah.
The better players that you have, which one is nice? This one, my phone, or a high-res player? It's gonna stream the same music.
Well, it depends on what we're trying to do.
Make it sound better.
So HDMI is the better way to go.
Okay, so.
But it's still going to be cheaper to do it.
So from my high-res player or from my phone? I can plug an HDMI here.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same quality?
Why wouldn't it be?
No, it's not.
What are you talking about? You're not making any sense. You're still not making any sense.
We're talking about like quality.
Yes,
right?
HDMI can pass more signel.
100%. I'm not arguing about
I don't know what you're arguing about.
HDMI, one cable. I agree.
I'm still trying to figure out what you're arguing about.
I feel this is going to be more expensive. If like right now you have a $10, $16 HDMI, and then we're going to make a better HDMI, right?
HDMI is a great signal, is going from A to B. I don't think we're arguing about the same thing anymore. I think you've kind of lost the.
I guess.
Yeah. We'll continue arguing this for the rest of the day, guys.
Pretty much.
But for you guys, that's it. You've had the fun. You've got to see what it's like working behind the scenes at Five Star Car Stereo. Thank you guys so much for watching the news this morning. You've been newsed. Tomorrow is Saturday, and unfortunately, this Saturday we're not doing a show.
Before you go, hang on.
Before I go,
no, you can't. We cannot finish the.
Did he announce that?
Yeah. So on MasterTech Expo, Tuesday, March the 5th in 2024, from 4:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Convention Center in Mesa, Arizona, Chip Foose is coming back to the MasterTech to teach design, drawing. Dude, this is gonna be nice.
Right there.
Optical and HDMI has better resolution, baby. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, but anyways, stay tuned for more information coming out about MasterTech Expo here in the next couple weeks. But start saving now, guys. Start saving now.
This is gonna be
hope
nice.
to see you guys there. That's it. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see you later next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.